You know, I woke up this morning and there was nothing under the tree or in a stocking from Santa. And he's shorted me before. I don't know why I was surprised, but for some reason this year just really got my panties in a bunch. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit upset because, I'm tired of being passed over. I'm tired of being left out. And so, I decided to call the Santa Hotline and make a complaint. Surprisingly, the jolly old fellow himself answered the phone. I asked his permission because, I do try to obey the rules, and he gave me his permission to record it. So, here we go. I'm going to share with you my complaint call to the North Pole, talking to the big guy himself. Santa, I called to make a complaint, but I didn't expect you to answer the phone. What are you doing there? You've been working hard. You should be sleeping.
Well, I have a big heart. I let all my support staff spend the day with their families today. What is it, miss? You have a complaint?
Damn right I have a complaint. I got up this morning thinking I would have something fantastic from you after my shitty day yesterday, and there was nothing under my tree. And yeah, there was nothing under my tree from anyone. Not from you, not from anyone. And then I looked in the stocking that I had hanging, and there was nothing in there either. Not even a damn piece of coal. So what's going on?
Oh, I see. You're wondering why Santa didn't bring you anything when you've been such a good girl this year. First of all, that's a bit of a myth. Santa loves everybody and doesn't expect them to earn gifts from him. I don't expect anyone to be jumping through hoops. If a desire is expressed for something from Santa, it happens, whether they have been a good little girl or boy or not behaving all that well, because after all, humans don't always behave all that well. It's part of being human to have off days and ornery days. I would never put coal in a child's stocking, and yes, I know you're not a child.
Is that right? I thought that I was gonna have to get on your nice list. Isn't that how it works? Otherwise, I get coal in my stocking. That's how the story goes,
But I wouldn't punish you because you didn't do whatever you could to earn something from me.
Well, yeah. I've tried really, 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 really hard to do the right thing this year. There have been times I've wanted to throw a fit. There have been times I've wanted to just scream about how my life is going. But I have held it all under control, thinking, I need to be a good girl because I'm expecting something from Santa this year. I really was hoping for something to bring some joy to my holiday. It's been a really difficult holiday for me. Why didn't you bring me at least something, Santa?
Why didn't I bring you anything? You didn't ask.
Ask? I have asked so many years, and either you don't bring me what I ask for, or you bring me some damn clunker that isn't at all what I wanted. I don't understand. You haven't been giving me what I ask for. And then you say, oh, you didn't bring me anything because I didn't ask for anything? Ha! I am so frustrated with you.
Well now, let's examine this a little closer. You say I've been giving you clunkers when you do ask, and so you gave up. Do you remember about 10 years ago when you asked me to bring you someone to love?
Well, yeah, I remember that. That wasn't an unreasonable request, was it?
And did you love that someone?
Of course I loved that someone. I really loved that someone. But the someone I really loved didn't love me back. That's not how it was supposed to work.
Ha! Do you see the difference here? Someone to love, I brought you someone to love. You didn't ask for someone to love you back. You have to be very specific with me. I just go by what you asked for. Did anything good come out of that?
Good? Well, I learned that I could hurt a whole hell of a lot and survive it. I guess that's good. And also, I learned... Okay, I guess I did learn some things because, I did learn from hanging out with that guy you brought me to love that I didn't necessarily want someone like that. Yeah, okay, I get your point. Let's move on.
And then a few years ago, you actually were specific. And I thought, oh, yes, finally this year. Everything is very clear. I know what I'm going to do. And then, do you remember what happened?
Remember what happened? No, I don't remember what happened, except that I didn't get what I asked for. Another one of those clunkers, Santa.
You micromanaged. You kept revising what you wanted. You were trying to put it out there to me through the communication waves. How I should make this happen, and when I should make it happen. And that didn't sit very well with me. I actually had something pretty incredible in mind for you. But you had to have it exactly your way, and I wasn't going to do that.
You are so confusing me. Yes, I wanted it my way. Isn't that what requests and wishes are about? You say what you want. What is wrong with this conversation? It's like I'm just not getting something. Help me here.
Let me see if I can put it in a very simple way so you can understand this. Your little nephew asked me for huge wings made of feathers a few years ago because he was convinced that he could fly if he had those wings on and jumped from the roof. Do you think I should have given him those wings?
Well, no, of course you shouldn't have given him those wings if he thought he was going to get up on a roof and jump off and fly. He could have really hurt himself. He could have killed himself. That would have been a really bad move, Santa. Of course you couldn't give him those wings.
Exactly my point. Sometimes, what you ask me for would be like jumping off a roof with wings that couldn't possibly make you fly. You think you want something, but I know that if I gave that to you, it would not be at all what was best for you. Might even hurt you. I love you. I always want what's best for you.
Is there a point here?
I know it can be very hard to understand because you are a grown woman and you think you know what you need in your life.
Well, I really do appreciate that you love me, Santa, and that you want what's best for me, but I'm not exactly a kid. I know what I want. It's not the same thing.
But we're not always that clear about our own needs. Sometimes we think we want something, and if given time, we would realize we want something entirely different. Maybe not even entirely different, but with modifications. Oh, yes, and speaking of modifications, there have been times you have put out requests to me for what you wanted, and then you start questioning yourself. And you hem and haw, and you think, oh, maybe not. Then you talk to this friend and they say, oh, no, I don't think that's really what you want. What about this? And then you talk to another friend, and they suggest that possibly you want yet a different thing than what you already had considered. Can you imagine what it's like to be me? Trying to keep track of all your shifts in the road and the corners that you take, and sometimes, well, I think you get my point. I don't want to get cranky now with you. I've had a very long night delivering presents all around the world.
Dude, I know you have worked your ass off all night, and I don't mean to be taking your time, but seriously, I'm having trouble understanding. How do I do this the right way so I don't get up next Christmas morning and have that disappointment happen all over again? I just kind of wish I hadn't even woken up this morning and just kind of passed Christmas by altogether.
Let me tell you what the best way is for you to have me bring exactly what you want. You tell me, after consideration of every detail, in very specific terms. You put your heart behind it. You see it as done. You believe in it fully. And then you let it go. And you accept that it may not come in exactly the form that you were requesting, but that it will come in the form that is going to make you happiest in the long run.
Oh. Okay. Let it go. You mean keep my mitts off of it? You mean be firm about what I want. Don't be wishy-washy. Don't be going back and forth about whether I want it. Believe that it can really happen, that I'm worthy of receiving it, and then I just put it in your hands and I take my hands off of it. Is that right? I think that's what you're telling me. Gee, I really appreciate more clear instructions because, I am just human. I need a little help sometimes. And I'm sorry I've been so cranky. It's been a hard couple days for me.
I do appreciate that, and I accept your apology. Now, I was just sitting down to take my boots off and put my feet up and enjoy a hot buttered rum. Have we concluded this complaint conversation?
Yes, I think we have concluded this complaint conversation, except that I want to say I love you too, Santa, and I'm sorry if sometimes I have lost belief in you. I will try to be better this year, but I'm not saying I will try to earn it. I'm just saying for my own well-being, I'm going to try this new way that you have suggested to me. Thank you very much for answering the phone yourself because this has been very informative. And I think maybe I'm all worn out. I might go take a nap. I suppose you might be thinking about that too.
Thank you very much for listening to me, and I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. Now you know how to go about it next year. See you then.